Hey guys, it's Hank Saber coming to you again with another Saber Selections Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile. One of the most beloved archetypes of all time is certainly Dragunity's, and probably still the best dragon archetype out there. People would argue that's heretics, but I just think that Dragunities have so much more to them, and I've always loved playing the archetype. It's a fun deck. It's one of those decks that you can take like those hour turns where you just keep on spamming the field with monsters. So I love this deck, and let me get you my list because I've really enjoyed playing this deck, and it's actually been running really well. So here we go. We run the 2 copies. We'll start with the Dragunity armors first. Dragunity Arma, how do you say this? Leviathan. I've always had the worst time saying that name. Everyone says Leviathan, so Leviathan, however you say it. 2 of him. He's actually better than people give him credit to. I see some people not even running this card. I just think he's too good. I mean, like, he's your card that you kind of summon out of the graveyard to turn around duels. I mean, he's almost like your Grapha a little bit, because when you have an equipped Dragunity, like anything, you can just banish that, summon this. He's really good in tandem with A, Phalanx to make Leo, B, he's good with, well, Ackley's, you can keep on popping stuff, but he's just amazing, and I've always loved the card. So, 2 Dragunity Arma Leviathan. Or the Italian one would say Leviathan Arma Dragunity. Dragunita. I also have 1 English, 1 Italian copy of Dragunity Arma Mistletoe. I don't know. Like, I ran this at 3 for a long time. It kind of bricked a little bit, but I think 2 is fine. I didn't really have room for the 3rd, actually, if that makes sense. But 2 is still solid. It's another really underrated card. I would almost run 3. I almost want to say I'd run 2.5 because half the time I run 2. I'm like, oh no, 3 is good. No, 2 is better. Whatever. But right now I'm running 2. I think that's a solid number. And just being able to summon the ducks, bring back the Phalanx, tribute the Phalanx, special summon the Mistletoe, special back the Phalanx, synchro summon the Vajrayana to or Guide, and set up your graveyard, Xyz, a Tomb, Red Eyes, bring back the monster that you sent. So, you know, stuff happens. And so now moving on to the Winged Beasts, we run 3 ducks, your best card to open up with. As long as your Phalanx is in the graveyard, this card is pretty much always live. So I just love ducks. He's just amazing. Then we run the 1 Legionnaire because I like popping face-up monsters. And so, yeah, 1 of him. We then run the 3 Garuda. The Wind Spirit. I just love this card so much. I mean, after you make your Ducks Phalanx play, make the Vajrayana, special back the Phalanx, banish Ducks, summon Garuda, and make another Vajrayana or / Guide. So I just love 3 Garuda. Like, you have to run 3, and you're running a lot of wins, pretty much all wins except for the E-Dragons. So yeah, we are running the Rulers build, by the way. I failed to mention that before. And then the last Winged Beast we run is Blackwing Zephyros, the Elite. If you foolish him, that's pretty good. Like, if you have like a stray Phalanx, maybe like bounce back the dead Vajrayana, summon him, and make a 38 Vajrayanics opposed to like a 1900 Vajrayana. So he could be really good at times. And then on to the basically like your Dragunity dragons, like your almost like equips. We run 3 copies of Dragunity Phalanx, and Phalanx is amazing. I think if Dragon Ravine came back, I would probably cut this down to 2. But since you don't have it, like, I still think you need 3 Phalanx in circulation because he's just too good. I mean, being able to special summon like a free tuner is amazing. So yeah, 3 Phalanx, and then 2 Ackley's because he's just amazing. Like, you normal summon Ackley's and you special summon a Leviathan from your hand. Like, that is freaking amazing. And so I love popping cards. I love when you can make some kind of combo where, say you have Mistletoe combined, equipped to like Dragunity Ackley's, you banish Mistletoe, special summon the Leviathan. Ackley's effect to pop a card in their field, any card. Then Leviathan brings it back, and like you can pop another card if you have another Leviathan. Like you can just keep on popping cards for days, and I love Ackley's. He could be really good late game if your opponent has an established board. So I really like 2 Ackley's. We run the 1 Dark Spear because we're running the E-Dragons, and I like making Leo, as many of you probably do, and I just really like that level 3 tuner. So yeah. And for the other dragons, we run 1 Red Eyes because it's Red Eyes. We run the E-Dragons, Tempest, Blaster, Tidal, and Redox. Everyone kind of tries to single out one of these. Usually, like people like only run 3 out of the 4. Like obviously Tempest and Blaster, and then like probably like exclude Redox or Tidal. I just think like running all 4 is like necessary because you're running a lot of dragons, and like I like making Big Eye. So if you don't like making Big Eye, then don't run all 4. But if you do like making Big Eye, then run all 4. And then we run the 1 Flammable Guard for your Blaster target. Then we run for the spells. So I'll just scoop up the monsters, move it up to the side. For the spells, we run 3 Dragon Shrine just to put cards in the graveyard for your E-Dragons / Phalanx plays / Ackley's plays / Leviathan plays. So really good. I'll just keep that there actually. So 3 of those. 2 cards of Consonance for just consistency. I think 3 is a little much. Like 2 is good. So yeah, 2 of these. 2 Forbidden Lance because like I don't know, Ducks, Bottomless. All right, Lance. And then I wasted their Bottomless, or I don't know. Maybe they'll let my opponent will let me do my whole play, and they'll Bottomless like my Vajrayan or something like that, and then you like Lance it. I don't know. It was just a really good protective card. So yeah, Lance is great in the deck. 1 Foolish Burial to foolish your other stuff other than dragons. Well, you could have foolish a dragon, but like if you need like that rare Zephyros or something like that, or you need like say Garuda target, foolish is amazing. It's almost like running 4 foolish with the dragon shrines. So I really like Foolish Burial. Then for the traps, the 3 copies of Phoenix Wing Blast. I really like this in most of my decks right now. Being able to send your opponent back in time, especially against meta decks, is really amazing. And players get so salty against this card. Like, he's really amazing. And like, you need your phalanxes to the graveyard. So say you draw a phalanx, you really don't like to do that. So being able to put it to the graveyard is really amazing. I always love Inverting Abyss when you plus off a card that puts your opponent back in time. Like, that's too good. So yeah, 3 of these. And obviously, like, I don't agree with running this card in every deck, but this deck definitely you have to run 3 copies of Reckless Greed. I actually don't like Reckless Greed holistically because ideally, yeah, you make your plays quicker, but at the same time, it's almost like going -1 because you draw 2. So it takes a card to use the card. So that's starting off -1. You draw 2, so you go +1. Then you go 2 turns without drawing, so that's -1. So, like, I don't know. If you can use, I only like to use this, A, when I use it as a Scrap Dragon target, or B, when I get to activate multiples. So, or C, when I'm in a really tight spot, or D, when I can make like an OTK. So, like, I don't know. Make sure you use this card wisely. Like, don't just use it to use it. Make sure you use it wisely. Maybe try to bait it out, like, for an MST, and then activate it. So, yeah. And then for the other traps, Compulsory is really amazing this format. Just being able to bounce back cards, like Winda and stuff like that. So, yeah. And then, like, Bottomless. I always loved Bottomless. So, yeah. No Soul Morning. So, yeah. And no TT. TT is terrible in this deck because you have too many monsters that you want to protect. So yeah. That's it for the main. So now moving on to the extra, we run 1 Dragunity Knight Gaidarg. Basically like your only Ravine right now. Like add a card to the hand, send it to the graveyard, which is really nice. So 1 Gaidarg, because you really only make him once. However, you make this guy a whole bunch of times. I have made this guy in a all 3 of this guy in a single turn, as much as it make like Dante in a single turn. Like Vajrayana is so OP. You basically, if you have a Garuda in hand, if you make the Dux Phalanx play, if you have more than one Garuda, if you have 1 Dux, 2 Garuda in hand, and 1 Phalanx in the graveyard, you can make all 3. So that's just so OP. I love this card so much, and you can make it 3,800. So yeah, having big beat sticks is really good in the game right now. So I like 3. 7s, only 1 7. Black Rose, it's the best 7. So Stardust and Scrap for the level 8s. I think I ran Crimson Blader for a long time. I just don't see the need to. Although Cool Ports is a thing, so I can see maybe cutting something for a maybe a Crimson Blader, but these 2 are fine. You really only use it for like a Felgrand, so that's it for the 8s. We run the 1 Leo because a lot of stuff like Laylatson with Phalanx, the E-Dragons with Dark Spear, you name it. It's just a great card. You make it a lot. So for the that's it for the synchros. For the Xyz, we run 1 Queen Dragon de Jin. Amazing card. You make him with your stray Ducks or your stray Garudas, special summon level 5 or higher from your graveyard. It is amazing. We run 2 copies of Heretic Dragon of King of Tomb. I never made the 3rd. Like people say run 3. I don't think you need the 3rd. I never made the 3rd actually, like ever. So like 2 is fine. And then like if I had to run a 3rd, I would probably cut this. But I like the 1 Gauntlet Launcher because I like popping cards. Or you can use this more than once. So if you have 2 cards to get over, then this is like the better option. So I like the one. I like having the option of being able to pop cards. So Gauntlet Launcher is still like a thing. Then we run the 1 Big Eye because I like taking people's monsters. The 1 Felgrand because I don't like getting beaten by like say Tour Guide. And the 1 Heliopolis. It's just a good card. You know, being able to pop boards is great. So anyway, guys, that's my Dragunity deck list. I hope you like the mat. I'll give a shout out to Ink Play Mats. They make some good stuff for cheap prices. I think I got this Amazon for like 13 bucks. So check out their stuff. And it's a really lovely mat. I just got it today. So yeah. Anyway, guys, just another deck profile. I just want to talk to you real quick about subbing to my channel. We probably will be doing prizes once we get to 100 subscribers. So right now we have a measly 10 subscribers, which is, you know, it's been the site's been up for, what has it been, like less than a month now. So I just hope it gets a little bit more recognition because I really like the deck profiles themselves. I know the quality isn't the best, but I'm getting a new camera soon for Christmas. So hope you guys enjoyed the vid. Subscribe, please. You'll win some free stuff down the line. So yeah. Anyway, guys, this is Hank Saber signing off from now. Peace.